529 day that I'm here to share lessons I learn and I'm learning. I hope this lesson support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about overworking. There's a lot of people who overwork for different reasons, and of course I want to make sure they pursue greatness in life, and I work very hard to achieve that. But a lot of times that overwork it depends what you sacrifice, because some things that you are able to sacrifice and some things that you are not. And of course, when you look in your daily schedule and what you sacrificed is very, very important, because when you sacrifice some leisure time, when you sacrifice some pleasure time for work, for your future, is good, of course. But at the same time, you need to make sure that in your schedule there's always our rejuvenate time. So that means that your recharge time, your rest time, because there is only a certain time of amount of time that you're able to work without really recharging yourself. Because I need to be very aware of that, because I could work and work and work and work and I forget about myself. So that means I need to put into my schedule some recharge moments. A lot of times, even though that I speak about that, always, when you want to get the most results, you need to allocate 80% of your time to execute, 10% to really reflect, and 10% to learn something new. Now, when I think about now that 100%, I realized that I didn't allocate to myself those 10%, those reflection times, those looking into future. Because a lot of times when you execute, 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 and when you really do not reflect on your action, a lot of times you will see that after a month that you didn't do things properly, or something that you did it didn't went in the highest levels. So that means when you reflect, then of course you recharge. You know why you're doing the things that you do, and at the same time allows you to move much faster. Because if you execute 100%, I could 100% sure that you will make a lot of mistakes. And at the same time, your emotional well-being will not be at the highest level. So now, like, when I looked into my last month, I realized, like, even though that I said that you need to reflect, I didn't reflect enough about my daily lessons. Because why that happened? Of course, I moved between countries, I moved between the continents, and a lot of things was changing, and I was not able to reflect on my daily schedule. And if I didn't put my reflection on a um, schedule. But now, like, even after a month when I didn't do reflection as I used to do, I realized that my emotional state is not as it used to be. I'm not as grateful as I used to be. I'm not as positive as I used to be. And I needed to change, adjust, and pivot to make sure that I'm able to go back to execution. So that means that because I didn't do those 10% of reflection every single day, what happened? That means that I was not able to execute on 100%. So now I needed to give myself a whole day, 100% on reflection, to understand what happened that I'm not performing at the highest level. So that means if you're able to give yourself 10% or just a little bit of time of reflection every single day, you will not need to give a whole day or whole 2 days or sometimes even a whole week to reflect what's going on. So that means it's a huge mistake when people do that. They believe that they will be able to push through just for execution. But I truly believe that if you want to get the highest results, you always need to put 10% of reflection, 80% of execution, and 10% of learning all time, because you need to learn every single day something to move yourself forward. Because if you keep yourself every single day as you were yesterday, of course your future will not change, because when you change something in your life, everything in your life will change. So this was my mistake. I didn't reflect as much as I could every single day, because life was changing and I didn't put into my schedule. But now I realized, I reflected, and I'm able to implement new things in my daily schedule that I could move forward better every single day. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.